All right, everybody, welcome to the conference call. I'm waiting a few more minutes for a few more people to come in. I'm not on Facebook Live today. I'm on Instagram only. So if you have any questions about your nonprofit or grant writing, just type it in the chat box, or you can request to come live with me. I'm here to answer all your questions. Today is Ask Aretha, and I normally do all the talking. I want to see if you all have any questions. So ask me anything. I did want to talk about the budget. We are getting ready to go into 2021. Have you written your budget, what you need for your nonprofit to be successful for 2021 on a monthly basis, on an annual basis? Of course, you need to be thinking 5 years out, but let's focus on 2021. So some of the things you need to have in your budget are your professional services. What professional services do your organization require? Now, everybody's different, so some of your professional services could be a grant writer. Do you have a grant writer in your budget? Do you have a grant reviewer in your budget? If you can't afford a grant writer, you definitely need a professional to review your grants if you plan on applying for grants that need a full grant proposal. Now, there are some simple grants like the Walmart grants and a few grants where it's a simple application. Just put your business name, EIN, tell them a few things, your mission, and boom, they decide if they want to give the money. And, those are always great. But when you're going for larger grants, they want a full proposal. They want you to give them even an explanation on each dollar amount that you ask for. So have you prepared your budget for your 2021 year? And then some other resources that you may need is equipment. Everybody's different. As I said, what equipment does your nonprofit need? Does it need school resources? Does it need computers? Do you need food handling equipment? So all types of equipment. So you know your nonprofit better than anyone. So write down your list of equipment that's needed for your organization to function, that you have to purchase. Even write down the list if you have them already as assets, because that's something that you need to know. Any kind of materials that you need for your nonprofit to thrive. And then materials and supplies are needed. Supplies could be day-to-day supplies like office supplies, printing paper, just ink for your printer, just different things. It could be food supplies. So it depends on what your nonprofit needs. And then if you have volunteers that volunteer for a long period of time, what I mean by a long period of time, say they're there for hours, you need to provide them some substance. You need to provide them some lunch, food, water, all those little things. So those things that you have to think about as well and add that into your budget. And then what kind of other services? I mentioned professional service. You probably need an accountant. That is very important if you're going to have a successful nonprofit, having an accountant, because every nonprofit has to do a 990 unless you're a church. And even if you're a church, you still have to do tax forms to pay your employees or your pastor even. So all those things, whether it's professional service or regular services, those things should be added to your budget. We're going to do a 2-part budgeting class at Grant Writing School. Go to grantwritingschool.org and you'll see that information, how to register, how to get in the classes. December 8th, I believe, December 8th and 15th. Make sure you go on and register for the budget class. Again, it's a 2-part class. We're going to talk about indirect costs, and you can understand what indirect cost is versus direct cost. And so there's a lot of things as far as the grant writing world that you need to know about your budget. Now, I mentioned for the 2021 year, but everybody's different again. So some of you may have incoming bills like rent to pay every month, and electric bill, phone bill. So think about all those things. Include everything that you can think of in your budget. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, I haven't even started, my nonprofit. I just got incorporated. I just got my nonprofit started. I haven't done anything with it. So what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? And your budget is going to be key to your success. So if you haven't started, this is a great time to jump in and learn what you need to write down for your budget. Now, we're going to talk to you on an individual basis, and then there's a collective group, so you learn from other people. And beyond that, we're going to talk to you about some tips for budget preparation. If you're preparing your budget for a grant, there's some things you need to know. We're going to actually walk you through writing your budget for a grant proposal. So we're going to make sure that you understand how it needs to align. Your figures need to align, because you can't just write everything down. You need to have different things in different sections, and they need to align in columns so that when they're looking at it, they can see the requested funds, the projected total, and everything has to line up. So go to grantwritingschool.org and you'll see the budget course. So again, I'm here today to answer any question you may have. I'm looking at two different screens here. Now we have people on the call. If you have any questions, everybody's unmuted, so you can jump in and ask any questions that you like. But while I'm thinking, and I was even thinking about my own personal budget. So a lot of people that have nonprofits, you wear so many hats. You've got your own personal life, then you got your business, which is your nonprofit, and it is a business, correct? It is a business. You got your business, and you might have other things, other organizations that you're a part of. So wearing different hats is definitely time for us to sit down and write things out, like writing your vision, writing your plan, writing your budget. Your budget is going to be key to your success. Then now there are so many laws that are coming, or actually laws that have been in place, but now they're making it mandatory for nonprofits to follow, because once the PPP loan came out, now you're put in a whole different category, and that's a whole different workshop. But you definitely need to separate some of your funds, your regular incoming funds, your grant funds, and then those loan funds. You definitely need to separate those, put those in columns, even maybe have a separate bank account for that information. So again, we're going to talk about all that in the grant writing class. Go to grantwritingschool.org. Go to grantwritingschool.org, and I see there's a call. There's a question here on the caller queue. I'm going to go off Instagram Live. Go to grantwritingschool.org, and sign up for the class. I'm going to go over here because somebody just sent me a text and they want to ask me something a little private. So this is kind of what we do on the call. So if you have any questions, you feel free to ask, and you can email me at arethasimons@gmail.com. Those who are on Instagram Live, I'm going to go off Instagram Live. You guys have a great day on Instagram. I'm still on the call. For those of you who have a question on the caller queue, I was talking about budget. Those of you who are just coming in, I was talking about getting your budget ready for the 2021 year. We're going to have a budget course at grantwritingschool.org. So if you have any questions about what should be in your budget. Now, I know, like I said, a lot of people wear a lot of different hats in the nonprofit world. You're talking about your personal life, your business life, and again, your nonprofit is a business. So you definitely need to set aside some time to write out your budget for your nonprofit organization. If you have any programs that you're getting ready to start, set aside time to write out the budget for those programs. Now, when I say programs, some of you have a nonprofit where your whole organization is a program, like you're doing mentoring, after-school program, and that's all you do all year long. And then some of you have just programs where you're doing a GED program in the summer, or a cheerleading camp just in this day. So it just depends. So if you have separate programs or projects, if you want to call them, everybody call them, those names are used interchangeably. If you have separate ones, then you can write out a budget for each one. But these are the things that you definitely need to do. Again, think about all the things that you need, whether it's professional fees, professional services through your accountant, grant writers, equipment that you need, material that you need, supplies that you need. Again, volunteers. If you have volunteers, you definitely want to show them that you appreciate them. So by providing them lunch and, things to drink. So all of that costs money. Everything costs money. It costs us money just to live. So your nonprofit is a living being. So we want to think about how we can sustain that nonprofit. So the caller queue is open, And if anybody has a question, feel free to ask. And it doesn't have to be about the budget. It could be anything about your nonprofit or grant writing. Today is always all about you. But today we were focusing on our budget. So if you have any questions about your nonprofit or grant writing. Now, I'm going to talk about, since nobody asked some questions right now, I'm going to talk about a few questions that I got over the few days. I mean, I get questions all the time, but I'm just going to go back in my Rolodex in my mind over the last couple of days. I got a text from somebody who was texting for a friend that had lost her 501c3 status. So let's visit that. A lot of people don't realize that they lost their 501c3 status until they're getting ready to write a grant, and then somebody looks them up and says, hey, it says you've been revoked. And I didn't even know. So I got this text saying my friend's 501c3 status was revoked. She didn't know, but somebody, quote unquote, told her she doesn't have to worry about having the 501c3 because she was a religious organization. Now, she was not a church because a church does not have to do that 990. She was a religious, faith-based organization, meaning what she does includes faith. So she said, is that true? And her second question was, if she got donations, will people be able to write them off because she was not a 501c3? So let me show you how and then her third question, I want to get to that. Her third question was, how can she get a 501c3 status back? So I'm going to go down each question. So her first question was, now I'm going to go back to the text. She lost her 501c3 status, and someone told her that she doesn't have to have the 501c3 because she was a religious organization. That is incorrect. If you file for nonprofit status on your state level and you're not a church, remember churches do not have to apply for 501c3, but they often do because their donors write large checks to them. They can write off on their taxes. If they're not 501c3, that donor cannot get that benefit. And then also for grants as well. So she does have to have the 501c3 status. And her 501c3 status was revoked. So because it was revoked, her second question was, can people write off their donations? Of course not, because the benefit of the 501c3, remember there's 27 types of 501cs, 501c1, 2, 3, all the way up to 27. The benefit of the 501c3 status is that is the one that's most favorable, and that's the only one where you can write off your donations as tax write-off. So she does have to have the 501c3. If I gave her $10,000 and I wrote up on my taxes and I got audited, then I might have to pay the difference back. So I would not write her a check if she wasn't 501c3. And then thirdly, she wanted to know how can she get her 501c3 status back. Well, that's easy. Just as easy as you got the 501c3 the first time, you can get it the second time and the third time. All you have to do is reapply. So for those of you whose status has been revoked, or if you know someone who's been revoked, all they have to do is reapply. It's just as simple as that. So reapply is all they have to do. So if anyone have any questions about what I just went over, what I just mentioned, feel free to ask on the conference call.
I have a question.
Okay. Will you state your name and where you're calling from, please?
All right. This is Fred Cooper, and I'm calling from New York.
Hello,
and my question
how are you?
I'm fine and dandy. But we have a new 501c3 this year, and the way that it's written, it appears that we don't have to file taxes every year. And I'm saying we certainly don't have to pay taxes, but the way it's written is if we don't have to file each year. Is that a requirement, or are we misreading this?
When you say file, is it the state or the federal, the 990?
The federal.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's both the federal and the state, because we did the tax exemption for the state, but then we did the 501c3 with the federal.
Okay, so most states you have to pay your annual fee to stay incorporated. But the federal level, is this a church?
Yes.
Okay, so no, churches do not have to do a 990. So churches do not have to file a 990 information form unless you do something what's called unrelated business income, which means like you operate a thrift store, that's connected to your church.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, great question.
Got it. And so that's the church, but we also filed a separate nonprofit corporation so that we can do community work and stuff like that. With that, I'm sure we have to file that with the federal, because that's not a religious organization.
Correct. Yes.
Correct. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And please make sure you do it every year. Even if you don't make any money, you can do the e-postcard. If you go to the irs.gov and type in the search box e-postcard, you'll see that link come up, and set up you an account and just fill it out. It's very, very simple. It just asks a few questions. If you've made less than $50,000, then you don't have to do a long tax form for your nonprofit.
Okay, because it's this year, it's the first year, so we really haven't done a whole lot, because it seemed like as soon as we got the designation back, COVID hit and things just kind of stopped. But okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what happened to a lot of people, so I'm glad you brought that up. But even though nothing's coming in, you still have to do that 990. So please make sure you do that 990.
Okay.
Because if you don't do it 3 years in a row, they're going to revoke your 501c3 status.
Got it.
Excellent question. Now, I love it when people ask questions because we all learn from it. And I want to, if anybody else have a question, feel free. The call queue is open. Otherwise, we're going to be back here at 8 p.m. tonight. recording, so even though nobody's going to come on for like 10 minutes, I don't want to forget.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to, I can't see. Normally I can see who comes on and everything, but I can't see. I do it from my computer.
Oh, that's why,
Yeah, but it'll tell me, it'll say somebody signed in, but normally I can see they're calling from North Carolina or California. And actually it says their name, and they don't know that I can see it.
Is it the Ring Central then?
No, it's free conference call.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. I could download it on my phone, but I don't want to. I have too many apps.
No, that's true.
Oh, let's see. Somebody called in after the call. At the other time.
Oh, in another time zone.
Yeah. Can you hear your music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's in my ear.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I just went ahead and put the ear on.
Okay. Oh man.
The year's almost done.
Huh?
I said the year's almost done.
I know. Crazy.
Even though it was long in March, it still feels like it's sped up.
Yeah,
it's
right.
sped up a minute. I cannot believe it.
2021. Yeah.
There's some good things that are going to happen.
Have to.
Good things. It's been a year. It's been a journey.
Yeah. I don't remember my hair being this loose before, so I'm just like, oh, this is that.
No, you got a lot of new growth.
Yeah.
And we're not even a week, are we? Has it been a week past due? Not quite. Just like a couple of days from now, right? It has been a week.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know when I had you, but it wouldn't have worked at all. It would have been a fraud.
Waiting is so nerve-wracking.
You said waiting?
Mhm. No, I was going to go Instagram Live. I was like, no, look at me. I was like, no.
No.
You
want to let your hair down?
No worry. No. No.
I don't blame you. I would have been like, oh, no.
Nope.
I had a meeting one time when I was getting my hair retightened, and oh my goodness, the lady decided to introduce me to someone and wanted me to turn my camera on. The look I had to hurry up and push my hair down. It was so embarrassing. I was like, I legit have been messaging you and telling you that I am unable.
Wow.
She got me good.
I
was like, no, we'll never do that again. Next time I'll make sure it looks like I don't have video capability.
This guy sent me some logos. So it's going to be Aretha Simons School for Nonprofits. But let me see. Tell me what stands out at you. It's 8.
Okay.
And he said we can mix and match the font, because I really love that font.
Yeah, I was going to say I like that one, but I got to see the rest.
Yeah. So
that one don't stand out as much.
Yeah.
That's nice sound.
Ooh. It stands out, but I'm just like, the star.
It looked like what you've seen in other stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I don't know what that is.
No. Yeah.
But I do like the font.
I like the color. Something about the color and those.
That one. Does it look like a falcon or an eagle?
Falcon.
Yeah.
I think of a falcon.
Me too.
and I'm not down with the falcon and eagle. Okay, that is the same. That light bulb, I've seen that a lot, but I do like the font.
I like the boldness. I really like the boldness of the name there.
So I don't know what that is. A third eye, something, I don't know. I don't know, but so without the.
I like the color of the first one with your name. How bold it is.
Yeah.
I also go back. I like how they did that and that. Like that. I don't know about the symbols yet.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen anything that sticks out.
Yeah, me either.
The pencil plane. Did you show me all 8?
Yeah, it went right fast, didn't it?
You can use another symbol. I don't know. The symbols aren't really sticking out. I mean, that's a light bulb? Is it in there?
It's a light bulb, and it looks like a book.
I can see that. Maybe out of all the logos, I can see that. I like the bolding of one of the names, the last name, like how they did, and I like the color of the first one. It has to have some color in it, depending on what the logo, what color logo. I like the color.
I even like the font.
Yeah, I like that too. I like it.
I wonder how it would look with that.
And put it with that logo.
Yeah. But I wonder what he's thinking. Because that does look like a book that's open with a light bulb.
That one looks better than that logo itself. Looks better than than the other ones that we put on there. Only because when I look at some of the other ones, I see or I think of something else.
Yeah.
Like a community outreach.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what I've seen something like that.
Yeah, true, yeah.
It looks good. All of them look good, but for the purpose of what you're using it for.
I like the blue, so.
Yeah, the blue guy. It has to maybe even how he did black and blue. I don't know, but I like the blue. It makes it stand out real good. If we knew what that was.
I don't know what. Yeah, right.
I think it's 2 people high-fiving. I don't know if that's just the power of the.
You know what? It is.
Like at first.
Oh,
but then when you zoomed in, I see the
yeah. I don't want no stick people. It does. Yeah, stick people used to be in.
But no.
Oh, that's cool though.
I like it. But not for you, not for what you got.
Yeah, that's cool though. 2 people high-fiving. Yep, that's what it is.
I didn't know it until you zoomed
in.
Because it looked like a tree and. Oh my God, I'm not sure. Yeah.
I like the orange. Oh, I got the other one in this. I like the orange, but I can't do a falcon.
I think he could do the mixture.
Yeah, he said he could mix it up. If I like the font or the logo, he can change it all around and stuff. No, that's just by itself. I've seen this before, too much. You can't see the School for Nonprofits, though.
Not as, no.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't stand out.
It stands out there. You can read it there. Yeah, that's it. Let me see. Yeah, because I definitely want the School for Nonprofits.
I like that.
That blue, yeah.
I feel like it's missing something up top. Like
a symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the blue too.
Go on the room
now. Fine. Blue. I like the blue. You just got to make that stand out. Oh.
Somebody sleep.
Sleep all day.
Omari. Give me 1 second.
Okay. What do you think a graduation cat would look on there?
Only because I'm telling him to go in the room if he back in. You said a graduation.
Yeah. This is a school, or that would be too.
No, it depends on how he does the graduation cap to make it look different. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that would be good.
I'm trying to see on his Instagram, does he have a graduation cap? He got a lot of logos that he did. I really like.
You didn't like the? Remind me. I think you may have said.
I like that.
Putting your initials on that?
No, not mine. I'm just other people. This is his Instagram. Yeah. What are you gonna say? Oh, look at that giraffe. That's nice too. Pamela Watson.
I like how he incorporates the name, like how they cross over.
Cute. I like the podcast thing. All things podcast. I like that. That's really good.
What happened was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cute idea.
Mm-hmm. That's my coach's logo.
I like that. Is it like Preston now?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
So he makes like business cards?
Mm-hmm.
Can you send that to me?
Yeah.
Black on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fine. Nobody on it. Wait a minute. No, they would have told me. Hello? That's cute. That's plain one. I don't know how she went for that. But hey. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, she wanted something plain like. So he made the whole logo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dang it. How did that happen? What the heck? How did Cardi jump on my... I got out of his thing. Marcus. The Marcus. I'm trying to find a graduation cap on his thing. This is cute. The Excellent Academy.
Yeah, I like that one. That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
How they have the world, like.
Yeah.
Did you pinch it?
I could do the world.
You could.
Oh, ain't nobody on the call.
Oh.
Thank you. I see. Airplane and a truck. But those cups. It look like something international if I did the world.
Mm-hmm. No, but what if you want to be international? You got to declare it.
Yeah.
So you can still put it in there as a declaration, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And freestyle with that and a mixture of something else. You didn't really like the light bulb out of the book?
I did.
What if you can he make something with that and the world, like a mixture of those? No? Or is it him? Yeah.
No, yeah. He says we can. We're not gonna.
I mean, I don't know. I think you can mix that, and you said the graduation hat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see. Did he do that? ASAP? Is that the tax people? No, that's ASAP Solutions. I know the person who owns the ASAP tax and accounting or something.
I don't know. Yeah. This is the one with the school, paid for college. That's different.
Future debt free. Oh, first off,
Oh, this is in D.C.? I was like, where is this? That is neat.
No, that's where he was in D.C. He's in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
This is nice. It's different.
It is, and it's just professional-like, like not cartoon-like, you know?
Yeah.
Very solid.
There's that world again, and it's got...
Oh, I like that one. What is that in there, though?
Africa, career coaching and consulting. But what is that on there? Africa?
Screenshot that one and ask him that. I like it, but I would like to know what it. I like that one. I like how the DNA thing is around.
Oh, Kenya. It is.
It is?
It says at Tribes of Kenya.
Ah.
Wow.
Ah, that looks nice.
So I guess this is giraffe and a lion. I don't know.
I like how you don't know what it is, but you know what, you know, you have a...
Look at this, the maid mane. Queens and queens are not born, they're made. Huh? With the hair.
The maid mane. Hair has to do, yeah. What did they say on the bottom? Queens of... Oh, okay.
No. So it's somebody who sells hair products.
Okay.
This is nice. Oh, that's pretty.
Before you get busy, do you want middle parts or side parts? In this
side. This side.
Okay. Swoop in that way.
Yeah, this is so nice.
I think you should just screenshot a few and let him make you a new one.
Yeah.
It's that you like. I like the font slice, but the logo's missing something.
I mean, he literally just sent them to me, so I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow.
They look good, though. They look good, but I know that you want something that's more unique to you.
That's cute, Adrian Adams.
He is not gonna come.
Look, I'm not coming, baby.
Just wait, Zach.
She jumped on the call. Hey, can you hear me? Wait a minute. Oh my God. Oh. Wait a minute. Hey, can you hear me? Hello? She said I jumped on the call. There's a regular conversation going, but it didn't say that no one came in. Hello? Tamika, can you hear me? Oh, okay. Oh my God, everyone was muted. They could hear everything. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't have my controls. Can you all hear me? I can't hear you all. The reason why is because I normally do this from my computer, but I'm doing it from my phone now, and so it's not allowing me to see. I didn't know everybody was muted. I don't know. Press *6 and the number 1 to unmute yourself. Press *6
and then the number 1 to unmute yourself. Okay.
Hello.
Can you hear? All right. Oh, my God.
Hello.
Hi. Who's on the call with us tonight?
This is Jean. Hi, Aretha.
Hey, Jean. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Did you get in? Tamika?
Yes, Tamika's here.
Okay, excellent. I am so sorry because I'm doing it from my phone and I guess have no control over muting everybody, unmuting everybody, so I do apologize. Thank you so much, Tamika. Thank God for Facebook.
Yes. I'm like, maybe I did, and I hung up and I called back because I was like, maybe they're just getting situated, so I sat there for a while. But that's why I messaged you to let you know. I didn't know.
And it normally tells me that somebody joined the call. So every now and then I'm going to have to say, if you joined us, press *6 and number 1 to unmute yourself. So welcome to the call, ladies. Thank you so very much for being patient. I want to just piggyback on some of the things I talked about this morning, and it was really about your budget. I said we were going to do a budget class. It's going to be a 2-part budget class for the month of December. You can go to grantwritingschool.org and sign up for that class. But the budget, we're going to focus on your budget for 2021. Now, I know that some of you have started your nonprofit and you've done nothing with it because life got in the way. COVID got in the way. Just blame it on COVID. Just blame it on anything. Let's start getting ready. Be ready so that when the opportunity comes, you can just copy and paste. So when you think about the budget, we're thinking about your program, writing out everything you need for your programs. And it's best to write it down because a lot of times if you're just going to go with the flow, you're going to forget something. And when the situation comes up, you're like, oh, I didn't even include that in my budget. So it's best to write it down, write down everything you need, not just for the year, but think of it on a monthly basis. Like we sit down and we know our electric bill is due every month, our cable bill is due every month, our rent or mortgage is due every month. So we're going to sit down and write down everything for your programs or your projects so that you can have a successful year. Failure to plan and you're going to just have I'm not going to speak negativity in the atmosphere, but you know what they say. So that's what I want to focus on. And when you're thinking about your budget, thinking about everything. When I say everything, your professional services that you need. If you have to pay an accountant or bookkeeper, if you have to pay a grant writer, if you don't want a full-time grant writer, then you may pay somebody to review your grants that you've written. Your volunteers, even though they're not paid, if people come to volunteer for your organization, you want to provide them something, some lunch or, water or something. Everything, you have to account for everything that you're going to use for your business. Also materials, supplies. I'm trying to think of other stuff because every nonprofit on here may be different. So some of you may not need supplies because you're getting food donated and you're just getting food out. But you might need gas. You might need gas cards. If you're going to do training this year, and I hope you are going to do training, we're going to plan a 12-month training program for people to be ready. And each month we're going to target different grants so that you can, feel comfortable doing this yourself. I'm not in the business of doing grants for people anymore because I cannot be everything to everybody, but I can show you how to do it. I can show you what I know from what I learned from being a federal grant writer, local, and writing corporate grants and sitting on grant review boards for over 15 years. So I want to also, open it up for questions. If you have any questions, feel free to just jump in. If you have joined us, press *6 and the number 1 to unmute yourself. Press *6 and the number 1 to unmute yourself. I want to, before, if you have questions, I'm just going to start right here, and then I'll tell you what I was going to tell you. Anybody have any questions or comments? Okay.
Not yet.
So
no, there will be some.
All right. Thank you. So I want to mention some of the things that happened over the last couple of days. One, I got an email from a young lady. It wasn't an email. It was a long text. I'm not a big texter, but, it was a long text. That a friend had lost her 501c3. It got revoked for not doing her 990. So I don't know who's on the call tonight. I don't know if you're familiar. You must do your 990 every year or you're going to lose your 501c3. A lot of people say, but I didn't do anything with my nonprofit, so I didn't think I had to file. You must file anyways. If you didn't make one brown penny, you have to file the 990 and just put 0 on there. So she said her friend lost her 501c3 for not doing the 990, but someone, quote unquote, told her because she was a religious organization that she didn't have to worry about it. Well, I asked her, was the friend at church? She's like, no, she's a religious organization. Let's stop right there. So everyone must do the 990 except churches. And then churches aren't even exempt if they do something that's called unrelated business income, if the church has a thrift store, if the church has a daycare. So they're not taxed on their tithes and offerings, but they are taxed on things that are unrelated to preaching the gospel. So next question was, this person also told her that she can still get donations and people can write off on their taxes because, quote unquote, she was a religious organization. That's also wrong information. So I'm so glad that you guys come on the call so you can learn and then spread the word. That's wrong information. And then her last question on this long text was, how do we get the 501c3 back? So if you do have lost the 501c3, and it may be somebody on this line that may be too embarrassed to say that you've lost your 501c3. If you lost it, all you have to do is do what you did before, apply for the 501c3 again. So basically, that's something you have to include in your budget. You have to pay the fee to get your 501c3 back. So let's do what we need to do so we do not lose our 501c3. It's easy. Doing your 990 is easy. And they're not asking you to pay any money. They're asking you to provide information on what came in and what went out, and that's it. So, again, I want to open up the floor. If you've joined the conference call, we're on a different I'm on a different app, so I do not know that you're here. Press *6 and the number 1 to unmute yourself. *6 and the number 1 to unmute yourself. So anyone have any questions or comments? Tonight is all about you. Any questions about your nonprofit?
Aretha, this is Jean.
Hi, Jean.
Hey, grant access. Does it end tonight? The 30th, the access to it. Does it end tonight?
You know what? I got that question today. Somebody asked. So it's supposed to, but I'm going to extend it for another 2 weeks. But the link is not on the website. If you have the link from the email that you get from me, go ahead and do that. I don't know. Try to do it now because if I put the link, I don't know if you can still use it.
I was going to say the link that I got in the email wasn't working properly. Like when you click on the "Are you looking for grants?" App and it says click here, it sends us to just like a GoDaddy login. So I don't know if GoDaddy is the host that you're hosting your website on. Maybe the link wasn't typed in fully to link the email.
Okay.
But both times I tried to click on the link, it wasn't working. I had to go directly to the website and go under courses or resources or something.
Okay, thanks for letting me know that. So it is still there under the course link? Does anybody know?
I was looking for grants temporary access till I clicked on here, add to my cart. I haven't purchased it yet, Aretha. So I was going to do it tonight. I planned to do it, but I just got busy with some other things. And I wanted to see if I could still do it or not. So I have not purchased it yet, though.
Okay, I'm going to go on the website to see if it's still there. under courses. It should be. I don't think I removed it, but for the
It's
fact
under
that I said
resources on the website. I see it. Looking for grants temporary access till November 30th.
Okay, if it's then it's still available.
Okay.
I am going to take it down. I said I was going to leave it there because I'm going to switch to a different platform. But take advantage of that website. I'm telling you, it has over 800,000 funders listed. So remember, the corporations and the foundations, they don't have time to give you grants. They send it to one foundation center, like a warehouse. So their RFPs are listed on the page, and the easiest way to navigate through that is to put in your state. Put in North Carolina, Texas, and then you'll find all the Texas. And then also you can put in your keywords. But look around. There's lots of other resources in there. Download it. Download them. Create a spreadsheet when you do find funders that are a match for you. Create your own spreadsheet. And even download their 990s because you can look at their 990s and see who they gave to. And if it's somebody in your city, if you say, oh, man, they gave a grant to somebody right around the corner from me, guess what? Go and get to know those people. Go and find out, hey, if they're doing the same thing you're doing, be a spy or be a fly on the wall, and if there's a possibility, try to collaborate with them.
Okay.
Any other questions? So
the best way to navigate is to go in by your state, because there's so many. You can navigate by your state and see what's available. That's probably the best way to approach it.
Yeah, do that, and also do keywords, because sometimes there's some states that might be, next over, like instead of North Carolina, they might be in Virginia that say they give to businesses in North Carolina and Georgia. So also use keywords as well. But I think because, there's so many in there, your first time you're going to be overwhelmed. It's going to be like a kid in a candy store.
Okay.
So, yes, please take advantage of that. And for $47, you cannot beat that. I pay $200 a month just to have access to that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I will make myself the next 2 weeks. I just got wrapped up in some stuff going on, so I wanted to really get to it. So thank you, Aretha. Thank you.
You're welcome. For those of you, I don't know if you signed up for the text notification. I'm wondering if GoDaddy is sending you the text to remind you of the call.
No, I think I signed up the last time. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but there was 1 week I signed up, and I received a text confirmation saying that I signed up, but then they never sent a reminder about the class, and I completely forgot. So I didn't get that text message reminder that the class was starting, or
okay.
I got an email confirmation and a text confirmation that I signed up. So
okay, so we did it just that one time and not a reminder. So I got to sign up for some kind of text reminder program. Does anybody know of any good ones?
No.
You text out. You might. If you start growing your profit, it's easy because nobody's looking at their emails anymore. We get so many emails, you skim through it, and it may be something important. They'll say, I'll get back to it, later, and then later comes another 100. So everybody is, we're texting now. We're so quick to respond to text. So that's maybe something you want to look into. I'm definitely going to look into it. If I find it and it's affordable, then I'll definitely share it with you guys. I have a big announcement to make.
Okay.
Yes. If you joined us, press star 6 and the number 1. There was I don't know if you heard of, great, I heard somebody come on the line. Star 6 and number 1.
That was my computer.
Okay. Trust me then. So, have anybody heard of TechSoup, like technology?
Yes, I have an account with them.
Fantastic. Well, TechSoup, they do a lot of things behind the scenes, and I used to work with them many, many years ago. They partnered with they created another company called NetSquared, and you in both of your cities, and whoever else is on the phone listening, and this is being recorded, so we'll play it later on the YouTube. But in all of your cities, there is a TechSoup or NetSquared, and usually it's in the meetup group, but they're kind of phasing the meetup out. Since we're in COVID, nobody's meeting up. It's going to be virtual. So I got it. I've been on the email list for years, and I hadn't been active with them, but I got an email from Eli. He's in Canada. He goes, hey, the Orlando group hasn't been active. Anybody want to take it back over? He just sent it to the people who used to be the organizers. There was like 6 of us. And he says, if not, I'm going to close it down on November 30th. So I emailed him back. I said, yeah, I'll do it again. He goes, really great. Well, make a long story short, so I'm the Central Florida community organizer, but because we're going to be online, everything's going to be totally virtual. So each month we're going to have a free conference. I don't know if I use the word conference. Conference sounds so big. We're going to have speakers come on for 1 hour, and it's totally free. And so it's going to be all about technology for nonprofits. Your technology, your marketing, yes. So you'll be getting emails about that. And job is to find speakers. So I've already found my first 3, and we will, and like again, it's once a month, but you'll be getting the emails about that since you all are on the email list. And if you know anybody who needs to be a part of this, tell them to go to Grant Writing School and sign up to be on our email list. Some fantastic things, and you're going to learn so much about the nonprofit world and the advantages that you have and the discounts that you get. So, Tamika, you said you subscribe to TechSoup. I don't know if you're taking advantage using your 501c3 discounts, all of the technology that nonprofits can get.
See, that was something I learned the hard way last year. Towards the middle of the year, I was paying for all of these subscriptions to like different, because we do our own marketing and our own graphic design and stuff online, and so I was paying subscriptions for all these different software. And when I found TechSoup, I didn't know that, I didn't even think that because we are a 501c3 that any of these software companies will offer some type of discount or even free services because we're a 501c3. And so when I looked, I think it was Canva, I was trying to get not Canva. Canva has a free, if anybody has Canva and creates their own flyers or anything through there, they also have a free membership for nonprofits. You just have to email them, and they have to verify your tax ID number, your EIN number, and they'll give you a free pro subscription. But I was looking at something else. I think it might have been Adobe, and I wanted to see if they had a discount, and that's how they led me to TechSoup. And so I created an account with them. It takes about a week for them to verify your status, and then you get access. So I have only purchased the Adobe Creative Cloud software for them so we can create graphic design, and they gave me a really good discount. So it was like, I think, almost $60 a month for regular customers, and then they give the nonprofits get it for $19.99 a month. But I did see some other things on there, like QuickBooks was one that I was thinking about getting. They had a good I think it was some type of DocuSign subscription for signatures. They have a lot of actual computers and laptops and everything. So it's a good resource to have. But after that is when I started thinking, how much more can we get for free or for discount? So I think even with Google, if you use Gmail, they have a discounted Gmail subscription for G Suite for you to have company emails and all of that through TechSoup. So, yeah.
Yes, it's amazing. And there's some other partnerships. Eli and I are going to do a video in a couple of weeks, and then I'll post that on all the other companies that have partnered with TechSoup and NetSquare to either give free resources or discount. And I'm going to have somebody come on and talk about the $10,000 Google grant that Google gives to nonprofits for you to do your marketing online. And that's key when you need to do marketing, because even nonprofits, you are a business, and so when people Google certain things, you need to come to the top of the page as well.
Yeah.
So we need to learn how to do all those tools, and they're all available for you. And that's why I say, having that 501c3 is a privilege, and so you have to take advantage of the opportunities that you're given.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, anybody have any other questions or comments?
I do have some questions about you were speaking about the budget first in the beginning, and that's one. I was really excited about that part. I thought you were going to go in more detail. So I'm asking you if you can go in more detail information about the best tools or tips of creating your budget and keeping track of that budget, making sure you guys, like when 2021 comes and we're actually in the groove of things, that we're not going over our budget, or how to manage our budget throughout the course of the year and staying organized with it.
Yeah, there's lots of tools. That's one of those things. I wasn't going to go into all the details of the budget class because, again, that would be a class. But you definitely can take advantage of, all the tools. It's going to be your friend as far as keeping track of the money, but Excel spreadsheets and other Google sheets, keeping track of it. It depends on what kind of grants you're getting. I know you're a new organization, so you may not get any government grants this year. But if you do, then you would put them in a separate bank account. So hope kind of answers your question. I like I said, I don't want to go too into detail because you need to physically see what I'm talking about, and that's what the class is for. You're going to physically see a budget and see how they should be lined up, because there's certain ways you should put your budget items in and line them up in columns so that and the way I'm talking, I don't know if you can see, it's almost like you're itemizing your line items so that when the funder sees your budget, they can look at the bottom and see. If you ask for $10,000, your equipment, all of your equipment numbers should be in one column. All your services should be in one column. All your programs, supplies should be in one column. So there's you have to physically see it. So that's why I really need you guys to come to class. We can't do a full class on the conference call because a lot of times there's time permits, and I'm actually multitasking right now. That's why I'm on the phone. If you join, please press *6 and number 1. We cannot hear you. If you have a question, press *6 and the number 1 because everybody comes in on mute. Did you have any other questions about the budget?
I was going to ask Aretha, what class is that for that information? Is it a class that's like already recorded, or is it something that you offer periodically?
It's a class that's on the courses link right now at grantwritingschool.org. It's December 8th and 15th. If you miss it, it will be recorded and offered as a webinar after the 15th of December.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll look for that when it comes out.
Okay. Any other
You said
questions?
it'll be available on the 15th of December.
If you missed the class on December 8th and the 15th, the webinar will be available after the 15th, the recording.
Oh, okay. Well, how do you sign up for the class on the 8th? I don't see that on here anymore. Is it too late to sign up for that?
No, it's on there. If you go to courses, and do you see there's only one class on there.
Oh, I see it. How to write a budget for a grant proposal. Okay. I see it.
Yeah, because it's the last December. Yeah. Anybody else have any other questions? So how have you guys started to pivot due to COVID? I mean, people were excited to get the 501c3 this year if you had had it and you were ready to jump in, and then COVID shut everybody down. What are you doing to pivot now that COVID kind of shut everybody down? I'll start with Jean.
Well, we pretty much have built up even more since we're a food pantry, Aretha. So we get food subsidies from the food bank in Raleigh. So actually, we've seen an upheaval in customers. So what we're doing, what we start doing is rather than coming into our little building, we have volunteers to deliver their bags. So whereas we used to do probably 50 every 2 weeks, we're doing on the average 150 families now. We're doing it once. We did cut back to once a month due to we don't have the places to stock all the stuff, but we're doing about 150 families a month is what we're doing. So, and it's been a lot more work for us because we have to take a truck, a trailer, cargo van to do all that and then get it back and get it distributed. And we've also received what they called food boxes, where they're already pre-packed. We receive probably about 150 of them each month, too. So for us, we have really been busy because it seems like families that are not working and the children home, they need more subsidies and food to help with the food insecurity. So we've really seen business up, and that's why we're stressing so much. We need us a building because we probably could do more giving out if we had a bigger building to stock it. But our building limited to what we can receive and what we can keep, So.
So let me ask you: do you gather information from the people that you give food?
We do. The food bank requires that we do. Raleigh, it's called Food Bank of Central and East North Carolina. Required. Yeah, we have forms that we fill out every person. We have to report to them monthly.
Good. And then, do you also know if they go to a church or if they used to work for a company, if they're not working anymore? The reason I'm asking because if they belong to a church, that's an opportunity for you to reach out to the church and say, hey, you don't have to disclose the names, but you say we're feeding people in your area, and we would like to know if you would like to donate to us monthly. If they work for a company and they're not working for that company anymore, same thing. Reach out to that company. We know everybody's struggling, due to COVID, but can you donate something, and then give the amount?
Okay. I think we can do it. Most of we know most of the families now because they've been coming, so I think we can start doing. One or two of them churches have given us donations. I can admit that they've donated to us based on they knew that their church members were coming. But an all outright letter talking to them, Aretha, haven't done that. So that's something I would take on and try to do.
Yeah, and assign creative to do that because if you're the founder, you cannot do everything and think of everything. So create a team to do that. Make a team. Get a team leader because if you don't, then you won't know who to hold accountable. Let the team leader hold the other people accountable, but someone to do that for you.
Yeah. Because pretty much, I just handle the paperwork, and there's another team that handles the food pantry. So, but we all stay in our lane, Aretha. So they handle going picking it up and the volunteers. I pretty much try to do the grant work and the paperwork is what we're doing right now. So, yeah. But I will, and they know a lot of the people, so I can ask them to help identify what churches because they know the people since they've been working it, and we just send them. Like I said, I will send letters to them, tell them, and especially now since we're trying to get this building, we need to make a donation towards our building project. So thanks. I will do that in the companies. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't mean to cut you off. You're about to say something else. I'm sorry.
You're
okay.
fine.
Okay.
When you do send the letters, just follow up. It's like running for office. You got to follow up and make those phone calls.
And I took your advice at that, and that has worked really well. Just letting them know it's not too late. We're still receiving, we still need the funds, So the funding project has really spurred up this last week. I'm just thankful that we've had 2 major donors, so we're almost to our goal. So I'm just thankful for that. I'm really thankful about that. So.
Yeah, and tomorrow is Giving Tuesday, so do a phone banking with as many people as possible. Call people, hey, today is Giving Tuesday. You donate $25, $50, $100, $500.
Yeah, every amount. I told you, any amount helps us. Every amount helps us. So I will do that. Giving Tuesday. Okay, we'll do.
Yeah. Okay. Tanika, do you have any questions, or how were you able to pivot with COVID?
Well, with COVID, it was a bit more difficult, more challenging for us because most of our services and projects we were doing last year were all outreach and in the community and based on events. So we would go to different events and do outreach there. So all of those events were canceled. And so, so with COVID, so we didn't do any outreach, and that was also what got us the most donations last year. I was really shocked at the amount of people that gave for our outreaches, but we did. And so this year, we kind of had to reroute, and the route that we took was to really slow things down and us work on more organization within the infrastructure of the business. So we kind of stopped most of our services. The only thing that I was still doing was virtual mentoring, one-on-one mentoring. But everything else, it was difficult. We didn't have a conference this year, which it could have been a Zoom conference, but I figured everybody was just overwhelmed with Zoom. By the time October, our conference is normally in October, and by the time October, I'm like, everybody's all Zoomed out. I'm not going to have a conference on Zoom. So we tried our best. This year, it was more so us understanding how to run it as the business side and organizing our services and figuring out how to add more services. Because last year we only launched 2 of our services out of all the ones that the entire vision plans to hold. So we were seeing what does the infrastructure need to look at, what do we need to do on the business side to organize things better, and also we want to get an office at some point. So we're trying to figure out how to get the money to push the business to another level. So I've spent most of the year on the back end getting myself together for leadership, understanding my role, and then making sure that I can communicate that to my team and clearly. So it's a different year.
Yeah, good. Don't think everybody is tired of Zoom, because Zoom stock has went up 300%. That means people are using Zoom. You may not get the same people that you had on Zoom, but you probably get new people, because I thought the same thing, and I did a conference, and I got people I had never met before. So you're going to be able to teach not people just who you are outreaching to in your city. You're now going to be international. So don't underestimate the power of Zoom and social media.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, that's a good thought.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other questions? I don't know if anybody else joined us because I can't tell. All right. If there are no other questions, I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you being patient with me to hear my whole
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your resources and your knowledge and sharing all of that with us.
Us indeed. Thank you.
I'll see you in class. If not in class, and I'll see you next Monday on the call.
Okay, though. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.